you? De manera.
Bueno, Mario,
Hello. Ay, me tengo que ir, Graciela. Gracias, igualmente. Gracias. Bye. Bye. Hi, Abe.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
No complaints.
No complaint?
Nope.
That's good.
Happy camper.
You understand some Yiddish?
Somewhat?
Eh?
Somewhat?
Es wird gut nicht helfen. You understand that?
Yes, it helps us when we take the donkey.
Yeah. It doesn't help complaining.
It's cold.
Yeah, this morning it was extremely cold early.
Yeah. Couldn't even see an inch in front of you.
Hmm?
You couldn't see very far.
Yeah. Oh, yesterday it was very foggy. I don't know today because I say
Today
cold.
also.
At 7
Today
o'clock
also.
in the morning it was cold. There was no fog here. But yesterday I couldn't see the street across the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not fog. It's sea. What is it called?
Marine layer.
What?
They call marine layer?
That's it.
Only in California would they say something like that.
Yeah, they have those different words.
Yeah.
Okay,
But listen, we are almost in winter. Hi, Yomi.
hi, Kuf Samech Dalid, 164. Where the last line of Kuf Samech Gimel Amid Beis. If there's an erased star, and a new star with Ksav Vedim are written on the erasure, it's kosher. V'im Toimar, maybe you're gonna, it's you have to be worried about counterfeit. For example, moichek v'chayzer moichek. Let's say there's been an erased star, and somebody writes on the erased star and then erases it again, but leaves the adim. The adim that were written on the one-time erasure is left, and now he's going to write on the place of the text of the star something new. And people will, well, you just told me if a text and the adim are on an erasure, it's okay. Well, this will be okay. So,
But the Adim do not really know what the star is all about. They just sign that they've witnessed the star being written. So the problem there would be when it comes to question, they ask them, is this your signature, is this the star you saw? And they will say yes, even though the guy could have changed it.
So the statement that the Gemara just made was, you have a star that has previously had text and signature on it.
Yes.
And it's been erased. The whole thing's been erased. And now they've written another text and new adim signature.
Oh.
The adim signed, they read the text. Yes, we agree that everything here happened. This Ruvain loaned $1,000 to Shimon.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that happen. We are prepared to sign on it. So Rav just told us that if a text of a document and the signatures of adim appear on an erased star, it's kosher. So the Gemara is questioning that. What about a guy takes such a star that's been erased and then they've written new text and new adim, and he goes out and he erases the new text but leaves the adim, and he writes whatever he wants in the new text.
Mm.
And if it's moichek with adim kosher, then this would be kosher too. So the Gemara says, no, they can recognize whether something's been erased once or something's been erased twice.
Okay.
If it's once erased, both the text and the signature, then it's all okay. If the second, if they see that the area of the text has been twice erased, and only one Adim, only once on an eraser on the bottom by where the Adim are, then it won't be good.
Okay.
So the Leichash Dilma studied Yoisa. So again, we're going to take an erased star, and they'll put ink over the signatures of the Edim Ikara. Umachikle. And now you're going to erase it now, and that so now the Chiyadar Machikle Lahai Havile Idiv Idi. Now Shanim Chak Shtei Pamim. Now you've created a situation with both the text and where the Edim were erased twice. And you won't be able to differentiate, right, between twice and once versus twice and twice. You'll think that it's kosher. Amra Baik Sover Rav, Eina Edim Choism Lamachak Elim Nimchak Bifneim. Edim will not sign on something that was erased unless the erasure is done right in front of them. If they see that what's being erased is just ink, then they'll know that there's a problem. Okay, so the Gemara has covered so far the potential counterfeit schemes through their laws. So Mesve, Hu al Aniyar. You have the text of the star written on a clean piece of paper, new, at the Eidim al Machak. But where the Eidim were is erased, was erased, and they wrote on an erasure, kosher. Because the text has only been once, the Beis Din can certify the Eidim the way they normally certify it. However, why aren't we concerned? He'll erase what's written as the text. He'll write whatever he wants there. And we're back to and the Eidim have been written on a portion. But Rav already said, if you have the text and the signature both on a one erased area, it's kosher. So here is opening to search, to counterfeit. So it would be kosher only d'chsiv hachi. They have to write that we Eidim sign on a formerly erased area, and the star was written on clean paper. So then if all of a sudden it shows up with an erased area with new text, then later Beis Dinim will know that it's counterfeit. So the question is, where do we write this additional statement? The kosvahich imilatachas. Do we write this extra below their signature? Well, Gaiusly, they'll cut it away. The counterfeiters. Eloi, if they'll write the statement above their signature, machikle, they'll. We said before, you could be machik the whole text, and you'll not machik this as well. And you write it again, and then we have a star that's been written on machak with Eidim on the machak. We say it's kosher. So the Gemara says that this warning that we Eidim signed on a machak, and the text is on a new, is written kasri bein sada l'sada. They are written between the signatures of the two Eidim. The opposite. The text is written on a previously erased portion, and the Eidim are written on a new portion. We say pasul, because we're concerned that the Eidim signed on a star, and then they erased it and wrote a new thing. Well, the question is, am I pasul? Why should that star be pasul? If you're going to tell me that you're allowed to write these warnings in between where the Eidim sign, achanami, nichtavu hachi, anchas asari chasam al niyara ushtar al machaka. We Eidim sign on unblemished new parchment, and the text was written on erased parchment. So everybody will know what the status is. Hashtanami my amris. But still, it's going to be moichek v'chayzer moichek. So it's a case where you're writing on a previously erased thing, and we can tell the difference between something that is erased once versus twice. Yes, that's when Adam originally signed on an erased portion. But if they first wrote their signature on a blank piece of paper, then we can't tell if it was erased once or twice. Therefore, the Brisa apostles such a star. The Gemara tries another way of testing. Lacey Megil Sachrisi, bring another parchment. V'lim chok v'lidmi, let us erase it and see what it looks like. Compare, like do an experiment. Or it says, Lodami macha da'ami gat l'macha. Each parchment is different. Erasing and then writing on a parchment, one parchment is completely different than another parchment. So you can't compare one to the other. Let's take the signatures of the Edom in court. Let's certify them. And then erase them and see what it looks like. If it's a single type of eraser, double. Again, immediately erasing and writing versus waiting 2 days, you can't tell. So vilishi, so wait, whatever period of time that it was waited for the other, and then you could compare. We're concerned about a Beis Din that will be an error, that they will not be expert at comparing these kind of parchments that have been erased. One of these tied up stars, we say are kosher because you can always open it up and make it a pashut. Hey Shiv Rebbe, valo enadom is manashel zeh, because a pashut molach shana monin moishana. In the date, they would say the first year of Chizkiyahu HaMelech. And Shtayim, they would say Moel Shtayim. But by a Makusher, they would add a year. Molach Shana Moel Shtayim. Shtayim Moel Shalosh. So how can you say that a get Makusher can automatically switch to a regular get? The dating is different. So Rav says, Zin dizaf minei zuzi. Somebody will borrow money and they use a shtar makusher. And the borrower gets money and pays it off, even before it's time. The lender says, Havli shtar, give me back my shtar. The lender says to the borrower, give me back my shtar. Because the lender holds the shtar until it's paid. Now it's paid. Armalei, no, irkisli, I lost it. But he's telling a lie. He wants to use it another time to collect. What does he do? Kosav le tavra. He writes a receipt that is given to the lender who paid the $1,000, and he holds on to the receipt. Now, v'chimati zamne, time comes when it says that the debt had to be repaid. Now, he prepaid it, but the time comes, mashvile porshu. The borrower opens up the shtar, makes it a regular shtar poshut. V'omer le hani ashter zayf minoi. This is a shtar that you paid me back, and I gave you a shoiver. Because the date's different in the makusher. So he ends up having to pay twice. So we're talking about a place where the lova is not going to pay back the loan without getting the star back. Umi Boki Rabbi B'dinei Shtar Makushas, was Rabbi expert at this? Vahu Makusha Dosla Kameh. There was a tied up get that came in front of Rabbi Vamar Rabbi Shtar Mucharzeh. It's a post-dated note. Vamar Lo Zonin Le Rabbi. Zonin said to Rabbi, Kach Benaga Shalom Azu. Melech Shana Monin L'Shtayim Shtayim Monin L'Shloisha. What kind of star is this? That if it's in his first year, you write second. If it's the second, you write 3. Pasra Shashama Mezonin Savra. He accepted this kasha Rav Chanina ben Gamliel asked. That's why he asked it, and that way they sort of got rid of that. Hahu started out with Kosev Bey Bishnas Ploni Arkan. This is the year that he became the governor. Go check that that's the year that he ruled, and it's the same year as the star. Maybe Arkan doesn't mean his name, but it means the length of his malchus, that he ruled for more than a year. And perhaps it's not the year that he came into government, but it's after that. That the first year it's called Arkan, the second year it's called Digun. 2. It's confusing. Maybe he's not governor anymore. And he was appointed later on. And maybe the star is appointed to the first year, the second reign. Rav Yirmiyah, that they got rid of him and appointed him again, they wouldn't call him Orkan. Ela Orkan Digun Korole. Now that these are Greek words. Torah Rabbanon, Hareinu Nazir Hina, Sum Chosomer Hina, which is, I'm going to be a one-time Nazir, which is 30 days. Digun, which is like, means 2, Shtayim. Trigun, like a trigon, Sholosh. Tetragon, which is like a tetragon, Arba. Pentagon, Chomesh. So these are Greek words. Torah Rabbanon. Bayis Ogul, Digun, Trigun, a triangular shaped house, pentagon. Einam Atayim Benegoim. Anything different than a 4-cornered house cannot be Matami Benegoim. Tetragon, square, is Matami Benegoim. Menonimili. The Torah Rabbanon Lamala Oimer Kir, Kirois. So Kir and Kirois are Ishtay. Lamata Kir, Kirois are Ishtay. Rekanarba, so you have 4 walls. There was one of these tied up contracts that appeared in front of Rebbe. Amar Rebbe, Ein Zman Bezet. What? I don't see a date. Amar le Rav Shimon ben Rebbe le Rebbe. Shimon ben Keshev Muhal. Maybe it's within the folds. They opened up the folds and they saw the date. Hadar Chazal be Rebbe bibishus. Rebbe was embarrassed. He thought maybe he wrote such a star. Amar le Lava no kasvina. No. I didn't write it. Rav Yehuda Chaita Kasvei. Rav Yehuda the tailor wrote it. Klach mi Lashon Hara. You shouldn't tell me who wrote it, because it's Lashon Hara. Enough that you said that you didn't write it. Zimnin Avi Yosef Kamei. Rav Shimon was in front of Rebbe V'Kopasik Sidra. He was reading Parshas B'Sefer Tehillim. Amar Rebbe. Kamer mi Yusha Kosov Zeh. Look how beautiful this writing is. Amar Lei. Lavana Kasvei, I didn't write it. Yehuda Chaita Kasvei. Yehuda the tailor wrote it. Or I'm like, Klach mi Lashon Hara. It's Lashon Hara to tell me who wrote it. So the Gemara doesn't understand. Bishlam Hasam Ika Lashon Hara, because it was bad writing. So you don't want to say bad about a person. Alacha, my Lashon Hara, he praised the writing. Mishum Rav Dimi, Tana Rav Dimi Achvur Shel Rav Safra. Loylam HaYisaper Adam B'Tavosu Shechavir. Don't even spread good news about a person. Shemitoch Tovasa Bali De Raso. It'll lead to people talking bad about him. Human beings are over these three averos every day, and they're not saved from it. Here are avera thinking about sexual immorality. Iyun tefillah, he doesn't have proper kavanah during davening. The lashon hara. Lashon hara, that a person commits lashon hara every day? Ela avak lashon hara. It's like the dust of lashon hara. Okay.